to all. The benefit of understanding the first chapter, you will be connected to the Guru Mandala, and you will understand where you go in your path of yoga. Right? So you prepare yourself, and the prerequisite for the yoga sadhana, and the purification of your body, and the healthy physical body. In other sense, Suddhi of the nadis also, that we will talk in the second Upadesa. So this is the whole structure of the first Upadesa. Okay. When the person enters into the first Upadesa, he is ready to, enter into the path of the Hatha Yoga, okay, the working with the nadis. So the first thing what we have to understand is the flow of the prana, how it is happening in our body. Then if we can understand that part, then we will understand what is the meaning of all the asanas, okay, and the Hatha Yoga. So the general idea, the prana is everywhere, and the whole universe is filled with the prana. But when it getting condensed and come inside to the body, there is a flow. Okay? The aurifer in the top of the head is the entering part of the. So how it is happening through the breathing? We are creating the friction to the Ajna chakra. So the breath is going and hitting into the Ajna chakra and going inside to the lungs. So in and out of this friction is absorbing the prana. So this prana is falling into the Ajna chakra, and it's taking a two part according to the circular anatomy, the nadi system. Right? So that's why the Ajna depicted as a two leaf. The one part is the going down and settling into the Mooladhara. Okay, that's the spinal cord and Sulumna Nadi. So from the up to the down and Mooladhara. And in the Mooladhara, as per the Yoga Sastra, the primordial energy, okay, so omnipresent energy, the Shakti is living as a snake, cobra, okay, cobra in a 3.5 coil. So that we call as a Kundalini. So one part of the prana which is coming from the outside and going and treating and feeding her. Because of this process only, the soul is binded to the body, because the prana is feeding the cobra in the tongue, but it is disconnected. The other part of the Ajna, what we are doing in the Amritikatya, okay, feeding our organs and going down and through the toes, the big finger of our leg, like the two toes, the end of the Ida and Pingala, it's earthening to the earth. Okay, this is the way we live. So we call, as per the Yoga Sastra, we are living in the sense. What is the means? The prana is coming inside and going and feeding the Kundalini, right? Kundalini through the Sulumna from the top to down. There is no down to top movement. So that situation is binding the soul to the body. So other part of the prana floating through each adharas and nadis and feeding into our body. At the end, we are spending this prana through our 5 senses. And Jnanendriya and Karmendriya, this prana is, emitting, okay, through the eyes and all, we are emitting. So at the end, this prana is earthening through the toes to the earth. Okay. So if this process, there is no obstacle, we live a healthy life, but there is no higher consciousness. You understand? So if this process is happening smoothly and in a perfect way, we don't get any disease and all, but we are not spiritual, or we don't have inner awakening. Okay, something to trigger our evolution high and all. We are just a fun people, okay, so who live the whole world life. But when you see this structure, Sulumana is coming and Kundalini, but there is another path going down. Now the Hatha, Ha is a Surya Nadi, which is governed by the left nostrils. In what I'm taking the second part, which governing the body, and this have another complexity of Ida and Pingala nadis. So what Hatha Yoga is saying, by merging these two nadis, we can enter into the Sulumana in the down by triggering the snake. Hope you understand what they are trying to do. So our general worldly body function, all whatever that we are doing through these senses, sensory life, is governed by the two nadis, okay, left and the right nostril, which is, as per the structure, it's crossing the Sulumana from the right nostril to the toe. So by doing the pranayama, Kumbhaka pranayama, and the asanas, mudra, bandhas, okay, so by systematically, they are saying, okay, merge this worldly channel together. Now it will go and trigger the Mooladhara of that cobra. Then cobra will awaken to the upward, because it's always sucking the prana down, right, in the general way. By the yogic process, you merge these two nadis, fill the prana and merge these two nadis, and it will go and hit the kundalini at the tail. Okay, so we will discuss this later, but just grasp the concept. Okay, so when we discuss about the bandhas and mudras and all, we will discuss very detailed. Okay, but I need you all guys to understand the map. Okay, but what is the Hatha Yoga? So Patanjali told the problem is mind. The whole this process, why it is going down and earthening through the toe, because our mind is, the lower. It's situating in the Muladhara. Okay, so the Raja Yoga tried, stop the fluctuation of the mind. Then immediately your conscious will rise up to the Purava. But it's very difficult task. So Nada Yogi said, why you are struggling with the mind, which already brought you down? Don't fight with that guy. Is a bad guy. Definitely he will pull you down. Okay. So we will manipulate the structure. So let's say if some bad guys, they never understand what you are telling. So you have to push them unknowingly, right? So put them into the jail, right? So then automatically the control system will make them disciplined. So the Hatha Yoga is a process not to tackle with, go and argue with the mind, wavering nature and all. Don't fight, but push from the two nadis. When he entered into the Sulumuna, he had to be silent. Mind need to be silent. Right? But Raja Yoga says focus, do yama, niyama, right? You do constant focus, then you can stop the wavering nature of the mind. But Hatha Yoga says, no, don't. There is a structure, proper structure within the body. Pull this guy into that, push this guy into the Sulumuna Nadi, then the mind will stop. You will get the Samadhi experience. So this is the core idea, okay? But the problem is, let's say when you want to push or pull the people, you must have the structure, right? You want to put them into the jail in the sense. So there must be a policies, there must be a structure and the cage, and everything need to be perfect. So otherwise, the effort is losing. He become a more corrupted guy. So therefore, in Hatha Yoga, cleaning your bodies and the nadis and creating the structure in an appropriate way, to travel the Kundalini is very, very important. So that's why asana sequences are coming. So you can't do as you want. So based on the knots you have in your body, you do some sequence and try to merge and to clean the nadis. Okay, that is the first part of your asana practice. Second part, you clean, you have to test it. Okay. Then third, you have to fill it. Right. The fourth, you have to awaken the Kundalini. Now he is going to start to explain about the asana. In the Hatha Yoga, the Prathama, the first step is the asana. Now we understand we have to redirect the prana. How it is in a splitted nature. The original consciousness, the Kundalini is, the cobra is sucking the prana from the top and it is separated. It is no use and not guiding the mind or the body. Okay. Here, mind is making all the confusions in the body, right? And the flow of the prana through the indriyas. Okay. Mind is falling to the indriyas. Okay. Now the effort, so there is the standard high-level consciousness flowing in the Sulumna Nadi, right? So this is another splitted part of the prana is working for the body's indriyas and the mind. Now the yogis want to merge these two things and to tame the original aspect. Okay, so this is the whole idea of each and every religion. So it can be achieved through many, many ways. So this is one of the way Hatha Yoga. Okay, by using the body and the nadis in the body, how to achieve it. Okay. So the purpose of asana to attain the siddhi of the Hatha Yoga, merging of the Idakala and Pingala Nadi. So whenever you are practicing the asana, you need to direct to the merging of the Ida and Pingala. So this is the idea of the sequence. Okay, hope you got the point. So we can't do as we practicing for the muscle. Okay, first I'm doing for this biceps, the thighs, and so you need a krama order to the direct the pranic flow into the Mooladhara. Because when you put all your prana to the Mooladhara only, that prana will push the Kundalini, and it will go up. So if you diffuse that pressure in your asana practice, you don't get the Hatha Siddhi. maybe the remaining part of the body which is, having the confusion. So that's what we are now using as a yoga siksha. So we got the problem in the lungs, we got the problem in the stomach, we got the problem in sexual organs or something, then we do asana practice and regulate the second flow, okay, which is coming to the body. And we are achieving the balance and getting the state. That is a very initial level in the purpose of the hatha. But it must be achieved. Okay, what Hatha Yoga says, Sthira, Arogya, Angalavaka. These three are the pre-requirement of the Kundalini awakening. Your body need to be firm. At the same time, it need to be light, not much fat. The third one, the doshas need to be in balance, the Panjabhutas. The dosha in the sense, it's a mix of Panjabhutas. The Panjabhuta need to be in the balance. So if you have these situation only, if you connect this Muladhara and awaken the Kundalini, it won't harm you. It will give you a pleasure, bliss. Okay. Otherwise, if you are not in this state, so this energy is something powerful energy, so it will harm you. Okay. That's why it indicated as a cobra. It can expel the poison also. So the whole idea of the asana, systematically work with your prana and tap the nadis and come to the center. So, okay, this is the core idea. The pranas flow coming inside and pervading to the outermost layer of the body. Each and every cells in the hands and the body, the skin, all are emptying the prana. So now we have to work this prana and merge it properly into the down and centering into the Muladhara is the purpose of asana practice. So when you do this, there are three conditions. Your body needs to become strong, sthira, and your body needs to be light without any malas and any additional thing unwanted for your health and the awakening of the Kundalini and the balance of Trividosha, or in other words, balance of Panjabhutas, okay, in your body. If you achieve all these three things, now you are eligible to fill the prana more. Then only the pranayama need to be started. Let's think like this. There is a reservoir. Then another part, there is a canal system. Now rain is flowing. The reservoir will take the rain and keep as it is in the pure form of storage. So that is our Sulumna. The prana is rain, right? And it's flowing into the body. Then Sulumna Nadi is full of prana and pure. That is God in our body. Okay. Other side, the rain is falling into the drains and the fields directly. Okay. So it's feeding. What will happen in the dry season? This will be drained out, but the reservoir will have the water. But if you don't have the connectivity with the reservoir, with the canal, which is spending the prana, we will become losers. That's the way we live and we get the disease. But Hatha Yoga is trying to re-circuit the link with the reservoir. At the same time, don't overuse your prana for the cultivation or wasting the thing. So you understand? So in Sri Lanka, there is a ancient cascade system is there. It's a hydraulic civilization. We have a very big wisdom. Our ancient king don't want to waste a single drop of the water. Okay, it should not go to the sea. So what they did, according to the the elevation, even a small elevation, they created the tank system. So it will recirculate. Okay, the first tank's waste will be the second tank's input. Okay, the second step overspilling in the wastage will be the third tank input. So recirculating. So then the water will be available for the throughout the year because of the recirculating. So in the same way, the nadis through the asana, we can reconnect the nadis. So for example, the sitting postures, to consider the Sukhasana or Padmasana and the Siddhasana. So these are the process of your connection of the prana. If you are a perfect person, you don't have any fat, the malas in your lower body, simply you can do the Padmasana or Siddhasana. So otherwise, you have to put your soul near to the thighs. It is called Sukhasana. So what we are trying to do, the outer flow of the prana, which I am saying as a system 2, right? The coming down and going out of the toes, we are bringing that toe near to the Muladhara. Okay, that's the idea of sitting, crossing the legs. So the wasting prana, you are through the skin, you are pushing into the Muladhara. So if you do the Padmasana, what you are doing there is the Brahmagrandi. okay, in between Manipuraha and the Swadhisthana. So we have a place, kind of a lock, right? That is the center of the recycling. So we are putting our soles, the feet, near to that place. So these two, when they're touching this near to these adharas, so we are recycling the prana. So the sitting postures are like that. There are 4 sitting postures, right? The Padmasana, Siddhasana, Bhadrasana, Simhasana. Okay, so that we will discuss separately. Why we need the Dhanurasana? Okay, why we need the Halasana? Why need the Salabhasana? Okay, why need all other asanas, Mayurasana? So why we need the Machedrasana? Why we need the Pachimadasana? If you ask this question, by doing our physical activity and the mental activity, we create a lock of the pranic flow. For example, we are sitting without, erecting like this. We are always sitting like this, right? So then there will be a pranic block in this region and the abdomen. The next step, the prana flow is stopped, so it disturbs the flow of the blood. Then it will create the ama, okay, stagnation. So to move that and move the prana, so you have to do the counterpart. So you are not doing, always by like this, then you will stretch the other side. The counter asanas, like always when you do a one posture, you have to do the other part also. So in this way, you are trying to get the purification of the nadis in the body. So the first you will do the physical purification, that is our fecal and the urine and the sweat. These are the 3 ways to eliminate our waste in the body. Second part, you minutely with the conscious and the deep breathing doing the asana, you regulate the flow of the prana. Right? So in this way, we prepare our body.